Welcome to this EvolveFM video tutorial, Grid Search and Filter Features. Grid search and filter features found in EvolveFM allow a user to search the EvolveFM database based on search criteria provided by the user. When data records are found that match the criteria entered, the grid data will filter to show only the matching data records. So we'll take a look at the three search methods in Evolve, which include the filter bar, the quick search, the advanced search, and we'll look at search operators and how to search for dates in the EvolveFM database. So let's take a look in Evolve. We'll be working in the space grid. On the right side of the grid, we find the filter bar. Now the filter bar works together with the active column control located in the bottom right-hand corner of the grid, and we could see in this control that the space ID is the currently active column in the grid list. And if we look up here on the grid list, we could see that the space ID is the selected column. So to make a column active in the grid list, you can click the column header. So we could see space category is selected here and now displays as the active column in the active column control. We can also use the sort ascending and descending control here to sort that active column. So with space category as our active column, we'll come over to the filter bar, and if we choose the letter U, the grid automatically filters to any data record in the space category column that begins with the letter U. So the filter bar performs a first character data search on the active column. If we choose space class as the active column, we could see that the filter bar search automatically gets applied to the space class column. And if we choose space subclass as the active column, the filter bar search automatically gets applied to this column. In this case, there are no matching results. So we can clear the search by clicking the selected character on the filter bar. And that returns the grid list to an unfiltered state. We can also select the active column by choosing from the pick list here. So if I wanted to make my available seats my active column, I could choose it here in the pick list, and then come to my filter bar and choose the number 1. So now the grid filters to all space data records that have one available seat. If I choose the character or letter number 2, it filters my available seats to all space data records that have 2 available seats. And again, to clear the search, just re-click the character on the filter bar. The quick search, located at the top right of the grid, also works with the active column control. So here I'm going to choose my space category column. Well, let's choose space class. Up in my quick search text box, I'll enter the word office and execute the search. So now the grid list is filtered to all data records in my space class column that contain the word office. If I make my space subclass column the active column, now my quick search automatically filters my space subclass data to any data record that contains the word office. So let's come up here and we'll change the search criteria to room. So we're searching the space subclass column for any data record that contains the word room. So I can see my activities room, my apparatus room, boiler room, break room, etc. Now I can utilize my filter bar to further refine this search together with the quick search. If I came up here to my letter A, it automatically filters my space subclass to any data record beginning with the letter A. So you need to keep in mind that both the quick search and the filter bar work together with the active column. If I clear the letter A, it returns to my quick search of any data record containing the word room. Again, I could click on the filter bar, in this case B. Now I see my boiler rooms, break rooms. C will give me my chiller rooms and my control rooms, etc. So let's clear these searches. And we'll take a look at the advanced search features in Evolve. And these are located on the Filters panel. So if you come to the Grid menu and click Filters, it expands the Filters panel. The advanced search controls contain 5 search text boxes, so you can search up to 5 data columns at once. The order or default order of these search columns, here we see space ID, space name, description, category, and class. They by default fall in the order of the column layout in the grid. So we have our space ID column, our space name, description, category, class, etc. So the column header here is tied to the search box beneath it. So in this case, this text box would be searching the space ID column. This text box would be searching the space name column, etc. So over here, if I wanted to search my space subclass column, it's not listed here in any of the 5 text boxes. So I can use my column pick list for any of the 5 text boxes and choose the column I need to search, in this case space subclass. So now this search box relates to the space subclass column. So in this column, if I enter the word storage, and I can enter the first 4 characters, and then Evolve will provide a pick list. So in this case, I'll choose storage room and click apply. And you notice my space subclass column is now filtered to all data records that have the storage room value. So let's clear this filter. Also located on the Filters panel is our Manage View controls. These are used to create and store user-defined grid views, and we do have a tutorial that covers that subject, so if you're interested, please visit that tutorial. So in the current view, I'm going to choose my pre-configured vacant space report grid view. And we'll notice that it automatically sets the grid list in the columns I've defined for my vacant space report. So in this case, I want to search my building column. So I'm going to choose building from my column list. And I want to search for my Union Park building. Again, I enter the first 4 characters and I'm provided with a pick list. I also want to search only for data records on the 8th floor of Union Park. So I'll choose my floor column, enter the letter 8, and I want to search for, say, cubicles, my 8x8 cubicles located here. And I also want to find only the cubicles that have a vacant space or an available seat. So I'll search the available seats column for a value of 1. So this is going to search the grid list. It's going to search the Union Park building, floor 8, for any 8x8 cubicles that have 1 available seat. So when I click apply, those are the results I get. I can then take this and do a quick export out to Excel for a quick vacant space report. Notice when the grid has a filter applied, the filter background changes to this yellow-orange color. Even if I close the panel, we could see the filters icon still reflects that filtered color, so that lets you know that the grid list has a filter applied to its data. So let's clear that. And let's come back to our slides just for a minute. Search operators. These can be used together with your advanced search features to better refine your search results. So we can utilize a wildcard, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, or not equal to operators. The not equal to operator is a literal search, so it does not recognize the wildcard. So when we use this operator, we need to put in the full data value that we're searching. And we'll take a look at that. Let's get back to Evolve. And we'll come up to our building. Again, we will search the Union Park building. Actually, we'll skip the building. Let's come down to Space Class. And let's just look for all cubicles. And in this case, we're not going to restrict it to the 8x8 cubicles or any cubicles within a building. So instead of choosing the 8x8, we're going to use our wildcard. And to exit the pick list here, just click anywhere outside of that text box. So I'm looking for any data in my space subclass column that begins with CUBI and then any data after that. So that's my wildcard search. If I apply that, I can see I have my small cubicles, standard cubicles, and if I sort this, we have our 6x6, 8x8s, etc. So it returns any of my cubicle sizes. So maybe I'm looking for any cubicle that has an available seat. So we can say available seats greater than 0. And if we apply that, we'll get any type cubicle that has at least one available seat. Maybe I'm looking for overoccupied seats. So in that case, we might say any available seat less than 0. And I can see I have 3 overoccupied cubes, and I can see which building and floor they're located on. And again, I could take that and export that right out to Excel. So let's clear this search. And let's search our planned head count column for any space record that has a planned head count greater than or equal to 1. So if I sort this planned head count column in descending order, I could see we have 4, 3, 2 available seats in these spaces. I could see the 4 planned head counts are on a bench lab, 3 are on a bench lab here. So maybe I want to exclude my bench lab seats and really only want to look at office or workstation or cubicle spaces. So I could come over here to my controls and choose my space subclass, and here I can use my not like, so not like bench lab. And remember, this is a literal search, so you need to put in the full value of what's in the column data. So I couldn't say bench and then use the wildcard symbol. If I click apply, so my space subclass column now excludes any of my bench lab spaces. So let's clear this search and go back to our slides just for a minute and talk about date searches. So dates in Evolve are displayed in the grid as a 1-character month, 1-character day, and a 4-character year. However, in the database, the date value is stored as a 4-character year, 2-character month, and a 2-character day. And some columns or some data also includes the time value to the right of the date. So let's come back to Evolve and take a look. And we're going to move over into our maintenance module. and to our work orders grid. So here we could see in this column we have a completion due date of March 5th, 2017, and we have a few of those here. So if I came up to my quick search control located in the top right corner, and I have to remember that the quick search works together with the active column control, so I need to change my active column to my completion due column. Now my quick search will search my completion due, and if I enter the data as displayed in the column, say 3/5/2017, and execute that search, you'll see I have no matching results. So let's clear that search. And that's because Evolve actually stores the data in the database as the year first with a 2-digit month and a 2-digit day. So if we enter it as 2017-03-05, now we get the results we expected. Sometimes dates are a little easier to search for using the advanced search features. So let's expand the filters panel. And again, I'm going to utilize one of my pre-configured grid views, and this is my work order by status list. So we could see my status is listed here first. So I'm going to, in my status column, I am going to search for my closed work orders first. So now we could see the grid is filtered to all of my closed work orders. So my close date, if I wanted to search for work orders closed on particular dates, I could search my closed date column. In this case, if I wanted to see all of my work orders closed in 2016, I could enter the year, and we could see we have many values. So here's a good place to use the wildcard operator. So 2016 wildcard, if I apply that, will give me any work order closed in the year 2016. If I wanted to find work orders closed in April of 2016, I would include the month, which is a 2-digit month, and the wildcard. So now I have all work orders closed in April of 2016. So let's clear that. If we look over here in our requested date column, we could see this is an example of a date stored with a time value. So let's come over to our advanced search, and we're going to search the requested date column for work orders requested in 2017 in February. And again, use that wildcard symbol and apply. So now we get all work orders requested in February of 2017. So let's come back to our slides for a quick review. We talked about the filter bar, which is a first character data search within the active column. The quick search, it's a fuzzy search within the active column. It's also a literal search, so it doesn't recognize the search operators. The advanced search allows you to search 5 columns of data and utilize the search operators. And then we have our date search. And keep in mind the display value versus the database value. And the database value is the value you need to search by. And remember to utilize the wildcard symbol. So this concludes the Evolve FM Grid Search and Filter Features tutorial. For more information about creating grid views for tabular reporting, please visit our corresponding video tutorial. And for more information about Evolve FM, please visit our website at www.simplesolutionsfm.com. Thank you for watching.